G'day team, we are back and I've got this very, very fun landscape to attack. The sun is out, beaming down here, the landscape's looking popping, it's needing some love, and today, the wild card of today is that I ran out of plates, team. I ran out of plates, so we've got this, which actually is pretty good, because you can swap the handholds pretty easily. You got that side there, and you got that side there. So we'll see which side we actually prefer as time goes on. We can actually, we won't do that a whole lot. We'll see how we go. Time to walk up some art. This here was the house walk, but the issue with it is the bottom of it got burnt. So we now need to use it as a paint walk. Works up. Hey Brian and Grassroots Beyond, hello. Thank you very much. Appreciate the love. We're here doing 700 Springs Ranch once again. And I think we'll only have, I'd be guessing, but 1 or 2 layers to go, maximum. But I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. So we're not going to make too many ideas of when we'll finish it. We're just going to enjoy it. Today, a colour that hasn't really been used yet is red. So red's going to make an appearance on our delightful little walk. Walk you want. Baby, I got it. Walk you need. For a little respect. Do 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 do. I'm going to show you how this works in a second, guys. If you're wondering why the walk, it's going to be something very, very new that happens here with the walk, and you'll either love it or you'll hate it, but it'll be fantastic. However, work with me, work with me. There we go. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Not done yet. A little bit of that. Brilliant violet. Nah. Give me some turquoise light. Turquoise light in there like that. And then we want some phthalo turquoise. Go on then. Here we go. And I want some blues. Sorry, yellows. Transparent yellow. On there you go. And a little bit of Indian yellow, just a touch. There we go. Perfect. Binder medium, my personal favorite. Here we go. All right, let me show you how that looks. This is going to be fun. Just grab this out of the way. Hoity-toity. Okay. I spilled a little bit on the handle, but that's going to be okay. Just get that off. Here we go. Okay. See here? We have all our colours around the edges. Okay? And then what we're going to do is just toss them. Nah, I'm kidding. We're going to get them and mix them towards the middle. After they're mixed in the middle, then we'll keep working from here for the main colour and then keep going back onto the canvas as we go. That's the plan, team. That is the plan. All right. Okay, let's grab which colour first. Let's start with I think phthalo blue. Beautiful. Beautiful. You can see how you just mix it as you're going in there. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that. It's really, really changing a whole lot as these layers progress, which is kind of fun. All we have to do is just stick to it now and just slowly let the picture reveal itself. One little crazy brush stroke at a time. Woke up this morning, 1,000 miles away from home, pocket gets wallet gone. Da 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 da. Someone I had barely met. La da 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 da. Hello, welcome on in Team RC, your favourite Kiwis doing wonderful. Good time to be here. What's the sauce in the middle of the work? This through here? Oh, the sauce in here. This is my secret sauce. It's a mixture of fast drying medium, binder medium, acrylic polymer, and a little bit of satin gel, not gloss. Gloss is too much. The acrylic and the binder medium help get the viscosity right. The satin gel makes sure it dries with a little bit of a sheen to it. And the quick dry allows the paint to stay nice and perky so it doesn't sag on the surface. I don't want drip lines in the painting. I just want nice perky dried paint. There's the plan. Well, I don't have all the bottles here to show you, so I can't show you the exact ingredients of the sauce. But you'll just have to trust me that it's a worthwhile venture. Here we go. Into the reds for the first time. One thing about this painting is it hasn't had reds on it before, which make the reds pretty fun to start adding in to the landscape. There we go. I could dip my wallet's gone. Da 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 da. The shirt, yeah, so I ruined the shirt accidentally. It was a complete accident. These things happen. I was definitely planning on not ruining the shirt, but you know, things happen. Things happen. The blue paint on it, I think that came from the beach set that we did. We were down by the beach and it was really thick textured paint. And it wasn't actually in the set itself. It was once we finished it and I was carrying everything back to the vehicle to leave. I ended up getting too close to the easel, getting blue paint on myself. So blue paint from the easel onto me. I don't quite understand that, Richard. Born of chaos, stabilizes only the moment in time. A lot of facts there, a lot of information. I would say, I mean, isn't that a phenomenon that's been, whether it goes, is entropy to chaos or away from chaos? I think it's away from chaos, right? Things slowly go from chaos to order. And that's kind of what this artwork does here. We sort of start off chaotic and then build towards entropy. Is that fair? Is that what we're doing? Yeah. It's all right though, I got the t-shirt on sale. The t-shirt on sale for, how much did I get it for? 20 New Zealand dollars. So I don't normally buy things new, I love to op shop for them. But in this case here, we made a little bit of an exception. Pockets dead, my wallet's gone. Da 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 da. La da dee da 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 da. La da dee da 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 da. What da 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 da. You bet, perfect. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up. Oh, oh. Here we go, a bit more of that. Woo. Them little bugs. If the bugs keep biting, I'm gonna chuck on some insect repellent, but right now, we're just gonna deal with it. Like it's dead, my wallet's gone. Da 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 do. I'm waiting for you to post yesterday's live. That's fair enough. Give me some time. I don't like to post too many in one day, and sometimes I fall behind. So rest assured, they'll definitely all go up. We're just waiting. We're just waiting on the world to change. Keep on waiting. There we go. Waiting on the world to change. Sun's blasting down. What a beautiful day to be out here. Enjoying some beautiful weather. Ooh, give me a bit more red, baby. A bit more red. That's what I want. That's what I need. It's what I want. Baby, I got it. It's what you need. For a little respect. Da, 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 da. Beautiful. Come up in through here. There we go. Oh, this has been crying out for red for a while. Let me read in there. Is he Australian? Thank you very much, Josh. Appreciate that. I am a Kiwi. I am a Kiwi from Kiwiland. So New Zealand, if you're in America, go southeast, or depending on where in the country you are, go to Australia and then continue southeast from there, and you'll run into New Zealand. We're like the little brother of Australia. A lot of Kiwis don't like to think of it that way. I really, personally do not mind. Pocket's dead, my wallet's gone. Da da dun 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 da da da. Yeah, it's looking good. Splotches of pink. Let's get a bit more red. Yeah. Pocket's dead, my wallet's gone. Is this Shakespeare? Is this Shakespeare? I haven't thought of it as Shakespeare. To art or not to art? That is the question. I do ask myself that when I look at the weather report and it says a 50% chance of rain, like yesterday. And if you were around for yesterday, you'll know that, oh my Lord, we got rained on. Red Stag got wet. We risked it for the biscuit. We got a bit of a biscuit, but we got wet. And that was the reality of the situation. Here we go. Pockets dead, my wallet's gone. I'll be popping darling down in my face. Who's that here? Cheers, guys. I appreciate that. You pack of legends. It's coming along well. It's a pretty wild work. Pretty wild, but I was showing the owner of this work, the client. I haven't showed him a high definition of it up close yet, but I showed him a blurred image, which sounds weird, but the reason I don't always show a blurred image, it's part of my working process, that halfway through the picture, to make sure things are falling in the right place and overall it's heading in the right direction, I'll put it through a blurred filter, and after it's been blurred, then I'll be able to look at it without concentrating on each individual stroke. I'll be able to see the whole thing as it comes together. And when I do that with this one, I fall in love with it. We're in the right place. I'll say my usual thing, we're not there yet, but I'm pretty excited it's heading in the right direction. Pocket's dead, my wallet's gone. Ba-da-bim bum 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 ba-da-da-bee. La-da-dee-da-da-da-da. La-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-doo-dee-da. La-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-doo-dee-da-da. Da-dee-da-da-dee-da. Lalito daddy day. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna need the goods here, team. Both the bits and pieces. Aha. Well, being that it's the we'll see. I typically say for collectors though, I say don't order another one. A lot of people do want to order another one straight away. And I say don't do that. Sit with your current one for at least a month or two. And the reason you want to sit with it for a month or two is that, first off, your opinions on it will alter in those first 4 to 8 weeks. And you won't know exactly what you'd like to complement your first work until you've sat with it for a little while. And if you go straight into your second one, you don't give it the chance to actually be enjoyed as much. You're just straight into the next one. Kind of like, think of it like a beer or a wine. Wait till you've finished your current glass and then get the next one. Still have as many as you like, but enjoy them one at a time. Work similar to that. Let me grab a bit more. Let me grab a bit more. Okay. Buckets did, my wallet's gone. Da 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 da. Oh, that's better. A bit of this everywhere to keep me from getting cooked. Now, guys, beautiful. We're only going to be here for 90 minutes. I know normally we do these sessions and we go well over. Today's a bit different because I'm going to meet with a team at 12, 11, 11, 10, 12, 11, 12, got to meet them at 12. So we've got 90 minutes here hanging out and then 30 minutes for me to pack up and get back to a laptop where I'll sit down and actually have a conversation with them. That's the plan. Disney World, welcome on in, you legend. Is that a wok? It is a wok. It's exactly what I wanted for today. I ran out of plates and the wok, although it's got that weight to it, is actually a wonderful asset to this team. Just have to go like this real quick. Got sunscreen on the, there we go. Sunscreen on the paintbrush. We can't have that. There we go. There we are. Buckets did, my wallet's gone. Right. The shirt's already ruined, so let's just get this red off the brush. Don't need to get all of it off, just enough. There we go. Now, yellow into blue. Give me green, baby. Do you ever get tired, sore or tired, standing in the same spot? Good question. Does it take energy? Yeah, it does. But you'd have to ask yourself, if you don't have the energy to stand, should you really be trying to transpose onto a painting? You need to approach a piece of artwork with your best foot forward. And if your best foot's exhausted, then maybe it's best to actually cut a nap, power nap, take a day of rest, do something to come on back rejuvenated to really smash your process. If I find myself so tired I need to sit, that's not a definite, but it's a good sign that I do actually need to take some me time. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't ever paint sitting, but I feel like standing does respect for the work. To really stand off against it, to paint it, to make something of it. There we go. Pocket's dead, my wallet's gone. Da 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 da. Justin, welcome on in. Lovely to have you here. Mix of colours with a grey base. Should always mix colours on a flat grey base. Here is a rule all artists should follow. Avoid black, mix on a grey base. If you're using oil paints, make sure you add white. Blah, 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 blah. Although true and helpful, whenever someone says this is a rule, please, 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 please look for the red flag, because any black and white rule usually in art is anything but. It's probably something that's actually holding back your style, and try breaking that rule. And at the very least, you might find out why the rule exists. And then you won't follow it because you were arbitrarily told to by your art teacher or by YouTube. You'll follow it because you understand the impact it has in its different little way. That's what I reckon. Don't just blindly follow grey base psychology because you think you should. But this stuff here is mixed in with so much medium that it's hardly paint anymore. It's a mixture of binder, polymer. The pigment's in there, but the pigment is arguably, the way this spreads is more like a sculpture or a resin. I think less like, oh, mixing paint. Yeah, paint's involved, but it goes on much more like a sculpture. That's what actually a very, very astute person told me when they were looking at the art. They said, this is less like painting and more like sculpture. You sculpt with the paint. You add all these mediums to it to morph it in different ways, but you're sculpting as you paint. And I thought that was a really, really interesting observation, because I was saying yesterday, my expertise or my studies back in high school to go to art school was sculpture. And now that I'm doing painting, it's no wonder that I'd actually bring elements of that into the art. As an artist that sells paintings for 3K plus, that's fantastic. I think that's awesome. Good for you. That being said, we should always see that as, if you sell your paintings for $3,000, $100, whatever it is, don't see the sale as the painting as that's what makes the artist. To put in perspective, and I say this all the time, and it needs to just keep being reiterated, the likes of Van Gogh and Monet hardly sold any paintings at all. Van Gogh sold none. He sold one to his brother, who bought it because he felt sorry for him. And the reason why I say that is they're two of the greatest painters of all time now. So are we going to say they actually weren't painters? They weren't painters because our definition is good painters sell art. Well, then why are the greatest painters of all time never selling art? So if you believe that selling artwork makes the artist, we need to expand that definition, or invalidate Monet and Van Gogh. I'm not willing to invalidate Monet and Van Gogh, so I would say that actually an artist, and only you can judge this, is your ability to express yourself, create something which actually represents you. It's almost like a window or a gateway to who you are. You might do that through all sorts of different mediums, but it's certainly a more expanded definition of art and an expanded definition of artist. But I don't see any other way to do that without actually discrediting Van Gogh and Monet, and I don't want to do that because they are two of my heroes. I love those guys. So when you look at your art, if you truly feel, forget what everyone else thinks, forget everyone else for a brief moment, if you truly feel like in your art you're capturing something real, something that makes you feel something, and you just need to find the right person who can also see that, you're an artist. Sale or not, you're an artist. I'm not selling anything, I'm not even painting. Well, you could be an artist and rest. Yeah, but I think a lot of us get that twisted up the wrong way. Please, 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 please. Make money to make art. Don't make art to make money. And don't think the artist is made by money. Money can be made by art, but art is not made by money. As soon as we put that the wrong way around and say that art is made by money, we lose what makes art special. It's gone. Lost. Gone with the wind. We're stuck with this cruel, weird world in which people tell us what we should like more or less. I've followed for a while, but after today, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't meaning to be rude at all. What I was meaning to say is that anyone out there who is making art and not selling it, don't get imposter syndrome that actually your art, your feelings, what you produce is less valuable. And for you personally, you should be largely unaffected by that because you do sell your artwork for big prices. So kudos to you. But I want to speak to the people who actually work part-time as an artist, say, who make artwork like Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss made amazingly successful children's books, and yet upstairs in his attic, after he died, they found paintings upon paintings that he had produced, loved, created. And actually you could say the amount of artwork he made up there, he might have been more of an artist than a children's books writer. Yet he didn't share that with the world. That was just for him. So in a way, in a sense, Dr. Seuss is one of the greats. A true artist. You wouldn't say that Dr. Seuss for a second couldn't express himself correctly in the world. He was excellent at that. Articulate, beautiful drawer, painter. And so when we look at stuff like that, we can understand not even the reveal of the collect. If art gets made but no one sees it, is it still art? Kind of like that bear in the woods or tree falls in the woods example. Is it still art if no one sees it? It's a philosophical question, and you can fall either way. I would say yes, it's still art, but it's a massive pity. That's what I would say. Yes, it's still art, but it's a massive pity. That's what I would say. Just one. It's actually, in my mind, and this is coming from a painter, no more valuable or less valuable to human expression than singing, than dancing. I will say this, I feel like a song has a more euphoric impact on the individual than a painting. Controversial, because I'm the painter, but painting has a long-term passive effect that singing doesn't have. So you can't listen to the same song a million times over and get the same kick. But a painting can be in your life for 20 years. So whereas a song gives more in the immediate sense, painting can give more in the long-term sense. But 1v1, I think the first time I heard something like Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud or Lego House or A-Team, I was moved. You know, those are the sort of songs that hit you and you just can't help but to sing in the car. A little world of our own. We got a little world of our own. I don't think a Van Gogh painting would ever compete with World of Our Own. I think it's an incredible song. But I've only listened to that song a few times. And I've seen Van Gogh's paintings thousands upon thousands of times. So there's something to that. All right, coming on down. Love the art and food, but it's a shame we devour it. No, Josh, that's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of chefing, constructing art out of food, is that it's temporary. If it existed forever, it wouldn't have that distinguishing characteristic to painting or, sculpting. The fact that you make something beautiful from a resource which is finite and will only exist, food goes rotten, and not even in a rotten sense, it wilts. You make a meal and it's got a 20-minute window to be at its greatest. And then before it disappears like a flower in a field, you actually get to consume it and be a part of it, or for it to be a part of you. Come on, baby. Food is amazing. That is an incredible art form. I would say food is the slightly better version and far more complex version of sand painting, in that you are creating something that is not supposed to live forever. It's supposed to be finite. And it's not just on the visuals, but it's what's inside as well. There's so much complexity and nuance to flavor that chefs dance with. Like, you can know everything you possibly want to know about, everything you want to about color and form, but then if you don't understand flavor, your food will be nothing. Have I ever heard of sand painting? Of course I have. Of course I have. I love sand painting. Not that particular kind of sand painting, but I love sand painting. Unique that actually it is a finite thing. It lasts for a brief period, then it's gone. And anything that does that, those sort of things that actually only last briefly, they are in a way real forms of art. They don't get themselves construed with end results as much as they do just enjoying the process. If it was about the end result, they'd do it in a more permanent sense. They'd do it with epoxy or something like this that'll actually last indefinitely. But they opted not to. They opted for the beautiful embrace of something that lasts for a finite time. And that's pretty fun. Now let's just have a look here, guys. Excuse me for a second while I just have a little look-see. There we go. Beautiful. Just making sure the time lapse is all in the right position. Bum 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 bum. And sorry if I've missed some cues on the conversation there, guys. It looks like we had an artist who was very, very emotionally charged, which is great. And we've had some opinions on what art is and isn't. That's also great. Discovered a blessing of ceremonies. Oh, that's exciting. Cheers, guys. Illustrations now translate to the sound of the universe as stars as plants dance. Interesting, powerful. And hello, Jules. Yes, indeed. They're extremely passionate. This is good, Josh. Passion's good. Passion's good. Sometimes misdirected, but good. Certainly a cornerstone to any form of art is passion, positive or negative. Yes, Jules, you are 100% correct. We are working on a wok today. I did not clean these plates off at all, so I'm using a wok today. This wok is busted though, guys. It can't. Wok is going on. That's a good one. This wok got too heated on the bottom, so it's lifting. But now you can see I can actually put the colors around the edges of the wok, which allows me to actually keep the low viscosity liquid in the middle and just mix around the edges as I go. Kind of fun, to be honest. The one issue though, it's pretty heavy. You can see my arm just like slowly like falling down as the weight of it just pulls away. Honestly though, I'm going to use this wok again. I just need to get a bit tougher because I wasn't expecting it. To be so heavy. I picked it up, I was like, oh yeah, I'll be able to hold that. And then as time's ticked by, no, this is too heavy for Sebastian. I've made an awful, terrible mistake, but we're here now. Do you sell the wok afterwards, Nina? That's a great question. No. I'm gonna wash this wok and use it again afterwards. This wok is now part of the painting ensemble until I find myself either some more paper plates or paper plates or sorry, just trying to get these little bits down in here. Porcelain plates. But honestly, the bowl effect of this wok, the sheer size of it is actually pretty alluring. Like I say, heavier than what I like. Heavier than what I like. I like a smaller, daintier plate, but it's working for purpose. As long as I'm tough enough, this wok will do everything I need. 100%. Hello, Evangelista, and hello, Jeepers. That's a lot of shares, Pharaoh. I appreciate that. This will be an exquisite menu. That's the plan, Jules. And Jules, that is so exciting that the printer's now arrived with you. I cannot wait to hear your opinions once you've unboxed it. Packet's dead, my wallet's gone. Da 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 da. Ba da bing ba bum ba boom. Ba da bing ba 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 ba. La da dee da 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 da. Pocket's dead, my wallet's gone. I'll bring this picture down here. There we go. That's what I need. Drop it down low to the floor. Oh. Bada bing. Bada bing. There we go. Do 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 do. Standing on back, taking a gaze from a distance. Let's have a little look-see here. How are we doing? Oh, as per classic possibilities, my time lapse has slipped. I've now fixed it. There we go. Coming on back around. What happened to my leg? Oh, this is why I had to squat a whole lot. It was raining yesterday, so my leg, I just went like that for a brief moment, which, that's relaxing. I can rest the wok here on my leg, and I can just paint and relax. Thanks for pointing out that that was a possibility. Oh, look at that, so nice. Pocket them, my wallet's gone. Da da dun 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 do 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 do. Ba da beep ba bum ba ba. Bo da beep ba ba da ba da da bee. All right, let's get that. Nice. Ba ba bum 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 ba ba da beep ba 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 da da bee. A little bit more down in this corner. Give me a lot of that phthalo blue. Phthalo blue gets a whole new punch to it too when you add that bit of yellow to it. There we go. Whoa. How is it going? Coming together. Coming together. I wanted to share this guy I just discovered on my Instagram. He's amazing. All right, Richard. Are we talking about, is that what you've sent me through all my DMs? That's exciting. Or are you actually, yeah, excited to see who this artist is, who they might be. Who's intrigued Richard? What's got Richard excited? Let's find out. It's coming out great. Thanks, Nina. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild, but in the best of ways. We just need to keep persevering with these different colors that we're throwing in here. Trust the process and hope that as every layer hits, each new color just emboldens the current palette that we're using. I'm loving these flares though. These flares of orange and pink, outlandishly on the landscape, gently tucked in around the place. Really, really fun. There we go. Pocket in my wallet's gone. Da 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 da. There we go. Here we go. Beautiful. Everything looks great. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I wonder how far we'll get this session. Can only guess, but making some good, fun ground. Buckets dead, my wallet's gone. Da 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 da. I don't know why that song's stuck in my head. It's hardly a song that I even listen to normally as well. I've had that song, saying, "Walk you want." The moment I came into the set with a walk, I had that song, "Baby, I got it. Walk you need. For a little respect," that's the name of the song. For a little respect. Baby, tonight we're under the stars. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. Ooh. Bit of a deeper blues sneaking in there. There we go. Beautiful. I just want you to know that you're my favorite girl. Beautiful. Walking in Memphis. Yes. Great pun. I was walking in Memphis. It's going to expand this water out a little bit. See how it comes down here. That there shadow, and this punches into here. Beautiful. And that cuts across there. Expand that water into there. Then that actually dips into there, but that's all covered. Let me leap on that. There we go. Beautiful. Give me a bunch more turquoise. Straight down the guts of it through here. Nice. And then, yeah, now we're talking to it. It's going to sneak in all around there and come all the way to the edge of a few spots through here. And then slap it and creasing through here. There we go. Beautiful. Bit more, wipe that off. Got to go. Yes, RC, 100%. Will it be uploaded today? That's a good question. I don't think it'll get up online today, but maybe. Regardless though, the live will get uploaded, team. So, even if you got to go, you won't miss out on anything. You'll see how this picture comes to life, where we got to, and obviously when it's finished as well, there'll be pictures, etc. So, for now, stay for as long as you can, enjoy what you can, and then go do your thing. Yeah, you know, painting is quite hungry work though. I wouldn't mind if there was some dinner in the wok. Pocket's dead, my wallet's gone. Da da ding dun 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 doom. Under the lights and under the stars. Nowhere to hide when it's getting close. Beautiful. Give me some plain white now. I'm having a memory problem, but I just wrote you when you added the colours and top it distributed C. I can't quite interpret that, but TikTok sometimes plays a few little games. Sometimes. Yes, Rob, indeed. A poet and an artist who disappeared long ago. All right. A poet that disappeared long ago. Who's that? Who's that one? I forget. I forget. I do like a bit of poetry though. Don't really hear much about poetry these days. It's kind of like fine art though. It shouldn't ever completely disappear. It has a place. I think music took a lot of the poetry away from us because poetry, or elements of poetry, found their way into music. But the raw nature of reading words and interpreting something through that should never fade. There we go. It's always quite cryptic though, isn't it? Bit of poetry. What's our time at? Hello! Kind of seems to have been replaced by songs, yes, but you got to remember that poetry was a thing back when songs were as well. There's nothing new there. Guys, I'm just going to say this quickly. We're halfway through today's session. So, halfway through, and then I need to dash on back. So, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but I have places to be. Pocket dead, my wallet's gone. There we go. beautiful. Beautiful. Can you give a shout out? Of course I can, geek. Welcome on in. We are talking about William Blake. What's your opinion on him? Ooh. Honestly, he does not ring a bell. So I'll need to actually look up his work and then learn more about him. You'd think that someone who studied art history might know more people, but please understand that art history typically gives you a very, very targeted understanding. Although we understand the overall movement of arts and things like that, art movements and whatnot throughout history, actually individuals outside of our regular scope or our very specialized studies typically slip between the cracks. That's what William Blake does for me. Or I was supposed to learn about him and I wasn't paying attention in class. It's possible. It's possibly the most probable. There we go. Spin this walk around. You spin my walk right round, where you going down, where you going downtown. Dun 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 dun. There we go. God, that heat is just slamming down. Absolutely coming down. Whoo-wee. It's like the day after it rains. The heat. The sheer heat on the environment. Because it evaporates off the ground too. It just punches you right in the face. Raw heat. Although, to be fair, that's probably appropriate when capturing Texas. I can imagine this place gets incredibly hot. I can imagine. Is it hard to paint? That's a good question. When it comes to painting, it depends on, is it hard to paint? Is it hard to play football? Is it hard to run? Is it hard to dance? There's a certain craft aspect to these things, but at the same time, I want to keep that case clean. There's a craft aspect to these things, but at the same time, bear with me, I'm trying to keep the paint contained to this little small space there, if I can help it. It's a fun thing to do. So to get hung up on, is it hard, is it easy, should I start, should I not? Lead less with the difficulty that you're having to face, and lead more with the pleasure that you stand to gain from it, and you'll be far better off for it. That's my 2 cents. Hello, welcome on in, Sarah. It's night time in Brazil. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Whip on the lights. under the stars. Nowhere to hide when you're getting me close. Let's get a bit more of that liquid in here. It's a wok. There we go. Lots of that. What music inspires me to paint? Great question. Basically, I like a bit of country. I like a bit of Kip Moore. Kip Moore's great. As far as country goes, that inspires me to paint. Disney. I like Disney. And then I like music that just has boundless fun in it. So a good example when I say boundless fun is think 80s disco vibes. There's no hidden agenda to those songs, they're just joy. And that makes it very easy to transpose that onto a painting. So that would be my 2 cents. Here we go, a bit more. Ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-doo. Johnny Cash. Yeah, I can feel Johnny Cash. I can feel Johnny Cash. But those old school songs like Josie's on a vacation far away. It's a banger. In fact, I'll tell you what you can do. Why am I even trying to say individual songs? Go on to my link in my bio, scroll down to the bottom of that link, and then my 3 playlists are right there. My country playlist, my flamboyant, spontaneous playlist, and my Midnight Oil playlist. You got the same wok. What a treat. Look at the mess I've made in this wok. So, had a mind blank there, but basically all those playlists have been made available online. They're in Spotify, so you'll need a Spotify. Oh, you won't need to pay for Spotify. I think you can get a free version, but that's all they're available. Under the lights that under the stars, nowhere to hide when you're getting me close. Ultramarine blue, how I feel about you. Okay. Keep it coming. What do you prefer most while painting, sitting or standing? I think that one's self-explanatory, but it's a great question. What does Sid prefer more, sitting or standing or painting? Go through the content on my social media, hang out here for a little bit, and tell me, what do you think might be the answer to that question? What do you think in the world of possibilities Sid prefers when it comes to painting? Does he prefer sitting, or does he prefer standing? My knees are feeling good at the moment, so these squatting positions are actually very good. But usually, sometimes, these are off limits because, you know, when your knees are playing out, you can't get that nice little bounce down here at the lower levels. So in those cases, I'll just lift the easel up a little bit and we'll have the whole thing up higher. Unless it's yesterday. When it was yesterday, the old rain was coming in far too strong. So instead, we had it on the ground that day, down deep. And that required lots of bending over. So, even though I'm in my 30s now, I'm glad that after all of yesterday's bending over, I'm able to come in today and still squat down easily. That's pretty fun. Because I asked for a bit of punishment by not setting the easel high. Hey, let's do a fun little test briefly, guys. I'm going to bring you with me. Hold on, don't get motion sickness. Here we go. We come up close here. Let me spin this around here. So when we come on this angle, you'll start to see that texture we're now working to? There we go. It's starting to build up. It's not hugely thick. It's not supposed to be. But there's just enough there. And let's see how we're going. I'm going to bring you back to here. This is going to make sense. Bear with me. I'm going to put down the wok. No one panic. I'm going to put down the wok. I'm going to grab this picture. And I'll take this one down at the same time. Okay, so there's our picture here. We're not done yet, guys. Don't start thinking this is a big reveal of any kind. It's not. Great idea, Salim. It's a pretty small wok. All right, here's the picture. I'm gonna put it over the top in the right spot. There we go. Voila. And now when I lift this off, what we're looking for here is, don't specifically think ranch. Think the colors, think the form, and overall vibe. We should have the vibe now. Now we're just going for a bit of definition here and there and a few final colors, but the vibe should be there. You ready? Down we come. Impressionist vibe there. So we get the feeling of this water coming through here. We did just adjust the water and push it out a bit, but I want you to really, up close, see these big lumps? Feel their volume. And so I talked about it at the start. You do really feel the volume of these areas. There's a bit more attention. I want this house. You can see I've already put a bit of attention in there. It's popping off harder than it is on the hill here. We want that. I want the house to stand out, and the sky. One thing about the sky is it's not separate from the artwork. It's actually blended into the hills. And so when you come up here, you see how these hills fade off into it? The same as what happens up here. There's not this hard line that says this is where the sky starts. It sort of amalgamates its way into the picture. That's super important, super important. So I'll say again, we're not there yet, but we're having some real fun here. It's on the right space. Voila, voila. So there's our little test done. Let's bring you guys back to where we were, even though that is a fun angle. Let's bring you back over here. Right about, where were we? Was it there? I think it was there. We'll run with that. Let me dump on this here. There we go. Beautiful. Right. I might actually, though, spin it ever so slightly to get hit by more sunlight. That's a bit of fun. That's a bit of fun. There we go. Cool. Now the question is what the next colour is going to be. Just keep swinging colours at it, basically. One after the next. I sort of want a bit more green into Naples yellow, I think. I think that's a good move. Green into Naples yellow. I'm liking the transition of sun into water. Thanks, little bear. I appreciate that. Different for you? It is a little bit. It's got the same vibe in terms of colour palette because of that greenery as New Zealand Milford Track, a work we did a while ago. And I love that. I love that. Layers upon layers, wildly cascading over each other to build up that landscape. And yes, the artwork is online. Sorry guys, coming down here. It is online because sorry, it is online, but you can't buy any of it. Currently, the originals are all sold out. This one here also won't be made available, which is a shame. It'll have prints, but the original is going to find its new home in Texas. So, and then the next two works we're working on, it's kind of rude, the next two works we're working on are also commissions. So we're not going to have originals available for a wee while. I've got two that I should have listed, but I like to keep two in my possession. And the reason I like to keep two in my possession is if I completely run out of art, it doesn't always happen, but it can cause blocks. Once you've got none of your art around yourself, you run the risk of actually inadvertently causing an artist block, which is not ideal. So a little bit of joy, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of fun to come out from the art by just keeping a few around, just a few. So I've kept Land Meets Sea, and I've kept sunflowers. Land Meets Sea and sunflowers. They're both with me. And once we make a few more originals, we can make those available. So that is the go. That is the go. But for now, those two have to remain with me. So on the website though, if there's any art you do like, there are prints available, which is kind of fun. There are prints available, puzzles. The puzzles are phenomenal. I love the puzzles. And of course, puzzles are a great way to get a hold of a piece of artwork if you missed out on the print drop, because a lot of them were limited release. There we go. Cheers, little bear. I appreciate you. It's good to have you in here. It's good to have you in here. I'm not sure if I posted the event for this live, so if you didn't get the notification for the event, I'm sorry, but there will be 2 times or 3 times a week where we actually go live and continue on a project like this and do, depending on what time says we can do, we might do 90 minutes. 60's too fast, guys. It's lightning. So we'll do the 60, but it's nice to hang around a bit longer. Then we can not just paint. If it's just 60 minutes, I've got to lash paint around and I can't talk as much. I want to be able to talk, I want to be able to paint. And so 90 minutes is kind of the sweet spot. 2 hours is nice. 3 is also nice. Once you enter the 3 and 4 hour mark, you have to reconfigure the whole stance because the sun has moved across the sky so much. So you're facing challenges outside. I always painted outside because I liked it. And I just learned something the other day. And you're going to be so shocked by this. Didn't you go to art school? Didn't you do history of art? Didn't you, what? So I only just learned the other day that painting outdoors has a professional name, a refined way of talking about it. It's called plein air painting. Plein air painting. But they say it in a fancy way, plein air. What are you doing? I'm doing plein air painting. It's like, He's painting outside. Let's not get cryptic about this. Definitely that term is a cryptic way of talking about painting. But plein air painting means you paint outside. And that's the only way I paint. I actually did if you're on the email list, or if you are following the blog on the website, I listed all the reasons why we come outside here, the science behind it. So I won't go into it in great depth here. If you want to know more about painting outside, plein air painting, jump on the link in the bio to the website, to the blog. And basically, the lighting's a massive part of it, huge part of it. Not just the fact that the lighting is better, but the fact that the lighting changes over the course of a session. And then the other thing, the other beautiful part about plein air painting is outdoor painting, is the fresh air. That's a massive part. Mental health, that's a big part. And the ability to actually be out in the environment and not in the studio alone. That's important. Yeah, the poor grass gets a little bit of a hard time, especially after rain. But I'm not springing around too much. I'm doing a little bit of springing, but not enough to really ravage the grass, which is good. Here we go. Under the lights of under the stars. Ah, guys, I can't sing, but I do love to. And please, if you sing, and I mean if you can sing, and you've got a wonderful voice for singing, can you do something for me? Can you do some painting? And I say that because I sing because I believe it's good for you. It's good for your mental health, it's good for who you are. But you know, painting is my thing. So a lot of people gatekeep themselves and say, oh, I'm not going to paint. I'm no good at it. I can't paint to save myself. And they won't use that as a form of expression. We should all sing, like in the shower. Even if no one hears us, we should sing. And the same goes for painting. We should all paint or visually express ourselves in some way. It's really helpful. You'll have epiphanies, moments and thoughts as you lash paint onto a surface that'll make you think, feel differently about people, feel differently about yourself. Connection with yourself, connection with those around you. Painting's healthy for that. And sometimes you just need to belt out the top of your lungs in the shower or in the car, little world of our own. That's healthy. Okay, tomorrow I will croak a fingerprint just for you, Seb. Perfect. You know what that sounds like? That's a start. And a start is literally 80% of the way there. I can't stress that enough. People are like, oh, if I just show up, that's 80%. So I walk into the gym and walk out. That's actually a great technique. You laugh about that, but I swear to God, one of the techniques that made me the most consistent at the gym when I was younger, in my mid to late 20s, was I would go into the gym on a day I wasn't feeling like it. I would walk in through the door, I would get changed into my gym clothes, I'd touch one machine, just touch it, and then I'd walk out. Now, that in itself, I showed up. And you know what? That approach, some days you would just, on the days you were broken, you just walk in, touch the machine and walk out. But it was always, even on those broken days, part of your routine. Fantastic. Really, really important. And I think the fact that I was able to go for so long and so often was because I gave myself those little breaks by saying, as long as you show up, then you can walk away straight away, but you have to show up. So that was an important part. Righty-tighty. How are we doing here? I want a little bit of green. Do I want green? Do I want it? Do I want it? Yeah, I do. Okay, over the same spots. There we go. Off the brush you come. All right. Righty, tighty, tighty. Green. The screen's gone a little bit hard, so we're gonna get some fresh green, some fresh yellows, some fresh greens. We're just gonna use deep yellow, mix it in with ultramarine blue. That's the combination. Under the lights, under the stars. There we go. Nowhere to hide when you're getting me close. There we go. Beautiful. All right, now, in here. Nowhere to hide, getting me close. Da 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 da. Perfect. Hello, Jeremy. Welcome on in. You already went to the link and it doesn't appear. The link in the bio should work. It's Linktree, but otherwise just Google Seb Gower Art and the website should show up for you. With a bit of luck. I'm sorry that Linktree is not working. If the Linktree is not working, flip me a private message and we'll get it sorted out together. It works? Mean. I was worried about that for a second. Oh, thanks, Richard. I appreciate you. That is a lovely thing for you to say. But, and I would love lessons. I would love singing lessons. But I think it's actually, honestly, Rich, it's gonna sound stupid to say it, but I think it's better that I can't sing well. So when I actually sing here and sound like an idiot, it supports that narrative that actually you don't have to be great at something to do it. You can just do it. You just have some fun. Lose yourself to a process. Enjoy yourself. Why wouldn't you be allowed to do that? How dare 2024 make us feel like we shouldn't be able to enjoy ourselves? How ridiculous is that? Alrighty tighty. Under the lights. Everything's gold. Nowhere to hide when you're making me snow. Move when you're da-da-da-da-da. You just imagine. I can da-da-da-da-da. Let's see how our time's going, team. Most of the greens are cold. Put it on and make it warmer. I love your feedback, but I like it the way it is. Let me have a look-see here. Dun 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 dun. La dee 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 doo 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 doo. What is our time doing? Guys, we have got another 15 minutes here together, and then your artist has to dash. So a bit more time, but be prepared. I will be running away in the nearish future. Thanks, little bear. You absolute champion. I will be running away in 15 minutes. 15 minutes is all we have. Now give me a bit of that. There we go. Give me that, give me that, give me that thing. Under the lights, under the stars. Nowhere to hide when you get me close. Hello. What time is it in Australia? How long have I been painting this canvas for? There's some great questions coming out here. This is not Australia. This is New Zealand. I'm a Kiwi. I love Australians to bits. But this is Kiwi land. So sorry to disappoint. And I've been painting this canvas for about How long now, team? Who knows how long we've been on this canvas? I don't mean that rhetorically, I mean like, who actually has kept the tally? We could tally up the lives. I think we're on about 12 to 15 hours, but I'd just be guessing. Part of that's because we want this really, really intensive layering to occur. So it's not just a matter of coating the surface and calling it done. It's a matter of actually building up huge amounts of paint, one layer at a time. And through that, hopefully capturing a little bit of an essence of this place, 700 Springs Ranch. One little chaotic, wild, weird, woolly coat at a time. That's the plan. Under the lights, under the souls, nowhere to hide when you get a me close. Sorry, there we go. Now just a little bit through there. Beautiful, I just want you to know. Let me come on through here. I can pin it. What do we need to pin, team? Let me come on down and have a look-see at it. Kiwi, oh wow, a couple of days. Half of it was thinking New Zealand. Yes, indeed, team. We're in the right spot here. Oh, bask me in that sunlight and make me regret not bringing my drink bottle with me. Oh dear. Yes, I forgot my drink bottle. After all my yarns about staying hydrated, now I'm out here dehydrated and painting. But don't worry, like I say, we've got 15 more minutes, and after we're finished, I need to dash off to a meeting. We might come back this afternoon, maybe, but this meeting's important. I cannot miss it, even if we're having fun here. It's the reality of the situation. Plus though, doing the meeting will give me a chance to wash my wok, because you can't have a dirty wok. See that? Bad news. Where is this so I can set up my lawn chair? You know, that'd be pretty fun to have a live event. Be like, bring your beers, bring a good vibe, someone bring a speaker, and let's make some art in the park. In this case here, just chill exactly where you are and just hang out. Hang out. Or don't. Race off and do something else. It's a big wild world out there, and you're an individual and you can do whatever it is that you like. For example, right now, I got up this morning, I chose to grab this wok out of the kitchen, make a mess out of it, and I chose to come to this beautiful little reserve and slash around some paint with you guys. And you wonderful individual, you beautiful soul on the face of this planet, you can make just as weird a choices as I've made, and we can have a great day. And I think that's pretty special. It's such a wholesome idea that it even comes off slightly condescending with how wholesome it is. But that's exactly what I plan to do today. Maybe it's the fact that I started the day with 2 short blacks. Or maybe it's the fact that I'm just in a really good mood with the direction this painting's going. Or maybe I just care about you and I'd like to see you to make the most out of the day that you've got here. I was joking, you're a wonderful person. Oh, Tony, what did you say that was the joke? I missed it. But anyway, hope you look after yourself. See you later, Tony. I will see you, hopefully, if I'm lucky, and if you're around, and if you've got time, and if the stars align, and we're here again, I'll see you next time. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure. You legend. Does look awesome. Jay likes it. Yes, Jay. It's a wild one. It's somewhere between the craziness of a Seb Gower art painting, loose and wild. It's got a bit of Monet in it, but it's using modern ingredients that Monet didn't have access to. So it's a Monet with more intensive layering. Monet didn't have the ability to do the level of transparency that we can do today, just because the chemicals just simply didn't exist. So when we play around with just multiple wild colors on the surface, we're doing something fairly unique. Let me show you from the side angle to explain what I'm talking about. Pick you up here. Okay, so you can see the colors popping off there. Let me bring you over here. Voila. And then on the angle, if I can get the angle right, it's going to catch the textures. There we go. Now we're catching textures. Okay, so you can see there how it all goes on like little clay thumb bits, all one after the next. And then if we got real close to it, see how much of a mess this is? How much of a mess we're working to up close? Color on, color on, color on, color. But then if we come back, this painting's kind of like Life, team. So cheesy to say this, but it's like Life because up close, this painting makes no sense. It's chaos, it's dramatic, it's all over the show, it's a mess. It's, you can't see the wood for the trees. It's out of control. Chaos incarnate. But then you come back and you take the position you've got right now, which is about 8 feet. And from that position you're in right now, you look at this artwork, you actually start to see it coming out. There's this entropy, there's this clarity in the chaos. And so in life, when you have your nose this close to the grindstone and you're trying to live and everything seems like it's going wrong and it's not quite right and it could be better, and you step back from life, you think actually everything's pretty good. Everything makes a bit more sense. So that distance, it's a helpful thing. Right, what is our time at, team? Do I need to disappear on you? No, we've got another 7 minutes. 7 minutes to hang out. The bunch of us slapping around some paint. If only I could choose the next color. What will it be? What will it be? Probably cerulean blue this time into medium yellow. That's the plan. That's the plan. Cerulean blue into medium yellow with a bit more of this. All right, here we go. There's our messy wok, and we're not finished yet. Let's cook. Ooh. Well, you can't do that when the cap's on, can you? Here we go. Ready? Ooh-wee. Hello, sugar. That's what we needed. And then we need just a medium flame and just saute it gently over the painting. Here we go. Okay. Let's bring the comments back there. Perfect. And now let's have a little look-see. Nice, nice, nice. Let's clean this little brush off. Get rid of that olivey green that I've been playing with. And now I need that sweet, sweet green. There we go. Give it to me. Beautiful, deep, funky, luscious green. That's what I want. One little naughty paint stroke at a time. Bring out that environment for me. There we go. Under the lights and under the snow. I don't rise when you're getting it close. When you move your body out of doors. Just imagine. I can tap a tip a tap a bam bam bam. The painting looks great. Jay, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's get this. There we go. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Ba-da bim bam 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 bam. Ba-da bim bam 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 ba-dam bam. Ba-da bim ba-dam bam. Ba-da bam ba-dam bim. Ba-da bim ba-dam bam 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 bam. All right. My wrist is getting some newfound energy as well. Here I was worried that, look, you can actually flick it. You see that? I'm no chef. And I just used up all that energy that I thought I had in my wrist. Oh, look, I've got energy back in my hand. Let's use it up immediately. It's fun. All right. All right. I can see ya. Bam, bam, bam. La ba dee ba doo ba da ba da bam, bam, bam. There we go. Beautiful. Coming the whole way down those edges. La ba dee ba doo ba da. La ba dee ba da ba da doo. Yeah, there we go. Oh, baby, baby, baby. This painting's going so well. I am loving this painting. Yes. These areas in it, this part through here, and coming down through here, an absolute dream. Love the wilderness here. Road needs a little bit more of a tweak. We're not in the right color right now. And this, oh, this painting is beautiful. This painting is fun, wild, crazy. I love it, I love it. The next thing to do now, after a few more colors hit it, is to actually sit down and re-compare it, not just to the main photo here, but to all the photos I have of 700 Springs Ranch. Hey Seb, enjoyed the show. Lesson and time spent. I'm sending it because thank you very much. I appreciate that. And that would be the funniest sport with alcohol. What's the sport? Painting? Painting's wild enough without it. What sport would be improved? I saw football with on ice. That looks pretty funny. Here we go. Ba-da-bim-ba-dun-dun-dun. Michael. First off, Michael, you're a legend, and I would love for you to own a piece of my art. Now, the one catch with that is currently I have no originals available. I keep 2 in my private collection, but I love to keep my hands on 2. So I can show them to you, but I don't want to release it from New Zealand for another 20 days. And the reason for that is I won't be able to start an original project for myself for 20 days. I don't want to be in a position where I don't have art around, because that's when I find my worst blocks happen, when I don't have my art in the area. But that being said, if you jump on the link in the bio, there's a commission form, and you can fill that out. And just like this picture here, 700 Springs Ranch, we can make an image that inspires you happen, which to me, I love, because then I can bring my own wild, woolly style, but connect it with your inspiration. And that's the best part. It's kind of parasitical, actually, on my part, because instead of me, you know, bringing both the craft, the inspiration, the wild process and things, I get someone who is so full of love or passion for a subject, and then I can actually feed off their love and passion on a brand new project. That's, guys, don't underestimate the power of that. I have heard artists in the past complain about, like, oh, I don't like commissions because I don't like painting an idea that someone else has had for me. And I'm like, is there a bigger compliment in the world? Think like this, guys. Imagine you've got a friend group or a partner, and he or she, friend or partner, comes home with a brand new shirt and says, I saw this and you have to try this on. This is you down to a T. I love this. I want to see you do it. Are you going to be like, I choose my own clothes? Or actually will you think, oh my God, someone cares about, like, enjoys, someone has seen this and thinks, man alive, they need to wear this. Or in the artist's case, man alive, I need to see you paint this. I need to see this come to life in your style. First off, phenomenal. And second off, man, how much creative juice, how much explosion of vitality and energy does that give you to create something special? Like, fact. Reminds me a bit of Milford Track. Jules, you were on the money. I made that comment earlier that the colour palette was oddly reminiscent of the Milford Track, which is kind of cool because I remember how the Milford Track inspired a lot of Americans, and although it stayed in New Zealand, a lot of prints went to America from people who were inspired by that track. So there might be, and I don't mean to, there might be a bit of a connection or similarity between the Milford Track and the vast expanse of wilderness that we find in America. There might be just a little bit of a similarity, just a little bit. Or maybe it's completely different, such that the Americans are inspired by it because it's so outlandishly different to everything that exists in the States. But honestly, I've been to Yellowstone, and places like that, unbridled, they are so perfect. Hey Ryan, how you doing? Sky, welcome on in. You just mowed your lawn, congratulations. Cassand, you're painting with me, you absolute legend. What an absolute joy to have you in here, Cassand. Hey now. What's going on, little bear? But we're having some fun. We're having some fun. I look forward to actually showing you guys some up-close images of this too, so you can see how truly chaotic the paint is that we're working to here. This thing is, there's thousands of strokes on this, absolutely thousands. It's not easy to make such a mess, guys. It's not easy. Oh, thanks, Sathers. You're a champion. Steve, the painting is beautiful. Love the reflection in the water. And Steve, I got your email last night. I had a little bit of a, I didn't manage to reply, I'm sorry, but I had a little bit of a chuckle to myself. It wasn't the nicest line, but it was humorous. After saying it, I was immediately going on the recovery and backpedaling, being like, oh, no, don't construe that in the wrong way. That was a... You're from New Zealand? Well, welcome on into this digital environment, which technically is New Zealand, but on the whole, it's pretty much everywhere in the world at once. We're connecting across seas, across borders. There's people from Brazil here, there's people from Indonesia, there's people from Singapore, there's people from America, there's people from Canada, Australia, different parts of New Zealand. And here, in this wholesome little space, we're seeing the beauty of social media actually be something pretty fun, pretty special. Like, social media gets a bad name as something that actually, I guess, you doom scroll on, that's bad for your mental health and things. But I think there's little pockets where actually the best of humanity can be shown. And not saying that this is the best of humanity, but this is a little pocket of beauty where I think there's just a lot of wholesome people. We're sharing a session painting and enjoying throwing around some chaotic layers. And hopefully by the end of it, we discover a little bit of beauty in this wild Texas landscape. Now, let me pause for a second because I need to check. I've gone 5 minutes over, team. Right, I'm going to show you my dirty wok one last time. That is how much of a mess we have made. Voila. And now I need to get back to the house, pull out my laptop, look professional, and do a meeting. So thoroughly enjoyed this though, guys. We've been here for 95 minutes, and I wish we could be here for 3 hours because I haven't even needed the bungee to hold everything down. It's been the perfect weather. The sun, luckily, was behind clouds. I like it on full bore, but because I didn't have my drink bottle, the clouds have been an absolute lifesaver. So I'll tell you what we might do. We might go home, grab the drink bottle, get excited and come back. Who knows? Last question, and then I need to roll. The white sand has a hill overlapping. I think you see an oasis. You should, through the middle here. A spring, 700 Springs Ranch. So you're on the 100% right track. Now, I love that. Last question, then I need to roll because I am running out of time. John Deepmore, advice for the best type of canvas for oil-based paints. Okay, I'm going to give you a controversial opinion. I don't think oil paints go that well on canvas. Now, with canvas, you've got two options. You've got cotton and you've got linen. Linen has less texture, cotton has thicker texture. If you're a thick painter, cotton's mean. If you like less texture and more smooth paint strokes, linen is great. Linen's more expensive, so only choose that if you really want that effect. And then I would say, and this is my controversial opinion, for oils, don't use canvas. I would use masonite boards. And if you're wondering how to prepare them, just Google it. I've done a few videos, but honestly, just Google it and search how old masters prepared masonite boards for painting. Masonite's not MDF. Sorry, that would have been noisy. It's a special kind of wood that's made by boiling wood fibers and compressing them, whereas MDF glues them. So masonite lasts indefinitely. MDF lasts maybe 5 years. Like, might last longer, but honestly, guys, masonite's best. And you can also, it's unproven, but a lot of artists use AC panels, which also works for oils. The one catch, last thing that I'm rolling, is that those panels, if you use a hard surface, the brush won't push the canvas back, so there's less margin of error. When you work on something hard, like this, you need to make sure that your dexterity is right, because if you push too hard, it will not move back, it'll smudge. So, if you're willing to take the risk, hard surfaces are fantastic. But if you are shipping overseas, remember you can't roll it anymore because the surface is unrollable. Entirely up to you. More questions, DM me. And other than that, guys, wherever you are in the world, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy. I've got to stop clapping into the mic. I'm an idiot. Look after yourselves, guys. All the best. And, has my hair been like that the entire show? Mad scientist. It's totally fine. See you guys. 20,000 likes, you pack of champions. Bye now.